Laura, your hair looks so cute.
Thank you. I it's actually a mess today, but thank you. I had it done last week. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see the different colors in it.
Good morning, everyone. We are
Morning.
live. I'm Korinne Carpino, and with me today is Terry Jones, Laurie Trumpet Williams, and today we're going to talk about creating a collage, selecting our papers, and telling our story through collage, either by words or by symbolism. And talk a little bit about the principles of design and what we're looking to do. And we can all kind of talk about that as we're selecting our papers and putting our collage together. So today is not the day we're going to make our final collage. It's just a start. And then for our members during our Zoom session, which will be next Wednesday evening, we'll really get into it a bit more and finish those collages up with you. Anybody else have anything to add before we point our cameras down?
No, ready to get started.
I'm ready to get
All
started.
right, let's go for it.
Okay.
Okay, we all have very different things out. So I have some coffee stained paper out that I definitely want to use. And I'm going to start with what my story is going to be. So I want to convey to the viewer a sense of renewal and hope. And so my focal point as I go through this will be green leaves, because they kind of symbolize renewal and hope. And I have some leaves that this is actually grapevine I'm going to use, that I printed on the gel plate. And I'm going to make this my focal point. And I know I want some browns and blues in the bottom and probably some gold, because gold is kind of hope for me too. Um, and I'm going to start to build as I go and try to figure it out. How about everybody else?
Well, I am continuing in with my um, collages for my show.
Mhm.
And recently I heard a story about um, the mission farm and the Cherokee displacement from here and the positive things the mission farm was doing. And they used to have a place called the Gathering Place and right near it. And I'm going to kind of tell the stories of the crow brought the message,
Ah,
basically. And so mine's going to be a little not dismal, but it's going to be very thoughtful about the trees, the loss of the trees, the loss of the Cherokee, and we'll see how it works with some of the papers that I'm using. So I'm not quite sure what it's going to totally go for yet, but that is the story in my mind. And so I'm going to go with that.
okay, cool. And Lori?
And mine is about moments and more specifically about the moments we take for granted as we go through life. I've been
Mm-hmm.
thinking a lot recently about my dad. He's been gone about 8 years now, and he keeps popping in my mind lately. And then I think of all the good times we and things we did. And, in the moment, I didn't really capture them,
Mm-hmm.
or appreciate them at the moment. But when I think back, I do. And I'm very grateful for those. And so, when I looked at all these papers and they're weathered and stuff, they remind me of, the faded moments in my mind. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm going to go from that. I don't know exactly what direction it's going to take me, but I'm just going to follow that vibe.
Okay. And so, well, let's get started and kind of get through our papers. We can talk a little bit about, as we're going, some of the principles of design that, I think we'll all look at as we put this together and kind of figure out what we're doing is, do we have balance? Are we conveying the message? Do we, as we start to work our papers, does the composition feel balanced? Does it emphasize our focal point? Is there harmony? Does it feel like it all goes together? Is our scale and proportion right? Do we have enough contrasting colors? So, we really want to make sure that we have our darks, our lightest lights, and our midtones. And by placing some of our darkest darks next to our lightest lights, we create a lot of contrast. Some of us may be looking for rhythm in our work, creating some repetition throughout the collage. And for me, it's as well, because I'm trying to show kind of emergence or hope from the earth. It's going to be movement. Does the eye move across the composition the way I want it to? And I don't know, I do a lot of this kind of intuitively by feel. And I can tell as I'm working through it. I made a collage yesterday and I looked at it this morning and I knew exactly where there wasn't movement that I wanted it to be. And I changed out one piece of paper and it was what I wanted. So those are kind of the just quick basic design principles that we can look at.
Well, again, and it's interesting because what happened, I started to lay this out and you were talking about scale, and I had this, I really wanted the crow.
Yeah.
Because the crow brings the message. There's this fabulous photo that somebody took at the Cherokee County Arts Council of the last of the standing of the four big oak trees that was the gathering place. And the morning that he took the photo, it looks like it's a black and white. It's not. It's a color photo, but it was very misty. And he came in to take the photo, and this white horse walked into the photo, and all of the crows got out of there was a whole murder of crows, as they say, that left the tree. And it's just this incredible moment of like the crows were going away for the abandonment and the horse was just acknowledging, what is this? And it's just a beautiful picture. But so I have crows here that I'm friends with at my house, relative to the same crows, because
Okay.
I've fed them before, and we've, when things get tough, I'll put stuff out for them. So, I just, I wanted the crow, and I just couldn't do it on a smaller piece. So this piece is a 12 by 16. And I'm still thinking I may, before the end of it happens, I may end up going with a bigger one still. I'm not quite sure. I'm just looking at colors together and kind of working with it. The other thing that happened here is in the 1820s, the Cherokee had no written language. So at this farm, there was a mission. It was called the Mission Farm. And at that farm, they were teaching the Cherokee their own written language, because in the 1820s, I forget the guy's name, but he was a famous Cherokee that developed a written language for the Cherokee. So there was a lot happening here besides the Trail of Tears. They were farmers, so I like this little piece here that has all of this, looks like fields, but then there's also this trail through it. And I'm representing the big trees, I think, on this side with this very dark, and it's hard to see it because I haven't cut it yet, but it's actually part of the picture. I may want to come up a little bit on mine. Let me see if I can do that. If I have my, where is it? There it is, Logie capture.
So
No.
one thing I like to do, if I can, as I want the sides of my cradle panel to be finished too. So I really try, if I have big enough pieces of paper, to just wrap them around the sides. Otherwise I have to go back with scraps later.
Yes, and I'm wondering if I can do it on this one, or even if I want to, because I actually don't have big enough paper. And the other thing is that I think the natural sides would look good with this topic. So I'm debating that. I got this off on the side here, but I'm not quite sure whether that's going to be a possibility. So I still am struggling a lot with where I'm going to go with it. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to put somewhere in the disappearance too, because that's what
Mhm.
we've experienced here
I
is
like that, I like some of that paper, the piece of paper you just had in your hand, that one right on top.
isn't that really gorgeous?
A natural fiber paper.
Yes, it is. That's a
Mhm.
natural fiber paper. And I like that for a disappearance kind of an idea. But I still am trying to get the language, the written language, which does not look anything like our written language. I'm trying to
Mhm.
also get that in. I've got this, but I don't know whether I was thinking this is more of a totem kind of thing, but I'm not quite sure. I had cut that, but now I'm looking at maybe putting, where's my tearing tools? Tearing tools, Terry.
Well, I'm still just placing mine around. I do know that I've decided on a sentiment that I want to use, and I'm going to have that be my focal point eventually, and put it against a dark one of my darker pieces here.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind
Yeah.
of get kind of like the background going that I'll lay additional pieces on top of,
Mm-hmm.
looking at where I'm at. I kind of stick with a little bit warm, now I'm looking at white, but I'm trying to stick with a little bit warmer whites. Um, and I did, oh, this would be good. I did, paint my board like a warm white.
Yes, I saw that.
So, I could have some of that warmth coming through. Thinking maybe something up in here, coming up through. Oh no, I kind of work. I mean, I have this concept in my mind, but I kind of work intuitively once the papers start to go down.
Well, and I think that that's one of the things that I do too. I have concepts in my mind and
Yeah, me too. They never end up like, exactly like I planned, but
yes,
I'm okay with that.
yes,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have a sense, but I don't have. I have made more planned compositions where I've actually drawn it out, kind of sketched it out, and then tried to follow it. But that's not really what I'm going for here. I find more pleasure in having a basic idea of what I want to convey and then just letting it happen.
yes, me too. And I'm trying to decide.
Because really it's all about the process.
The other thing I wanted to do is introduce a little bit of color, and my happy color is this teal color. I like it. So since I'm doing moments and memories here, I want to have happy ones in here, not just dark. So
Right.
I'm working to incorporate that into what I'm doing here. And I luckily had some of these from our coffee papers.
Yes, they're really
That
quite beautiful. I remember when you
They're
put
very
the
pretty.
teal in it. I may end up getting a bigger piece of this webbing. I love this piece here, but I'm trying to decide what's happening here. I also see, I love this dark down here,
Must be tea bag paper.
but then I lose my,
So I know I want dark, dark.
maybe I want this up here like this. I may want that.
All right, so where did my darkest brown paper go?
So sometimes I get really attached to things
I know, you have to let it go, right?
and I have to let it go. So I saw, I don't know if you can see this, but I saw this little area here is like crows flying. And they're very light,
Yeah, I see that.
but I really see that this is a much stronger top
Position, yeah.
and there's no crows flying in that.
I actually like that better though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I got really attached to something and now I have to let it go. And that's okay. But what that happens so many times for me is that I get super attached and then I'm like, oh, how am I going to, what do I want up? I'm still having a problem with what I want up this side. And I may end up using something a little shinier and interesting than what I have here, this piece of paper. I don't know. So yeah, attached is a problem sometimes. But then I, there's so many different things that I can use to represent in my mind. And nobody else knows really what this is. It's all in my mind.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and though hopefully it will translate into what I want. And I don't know if I'm missing my entire set of fields. This still needs to go here.
So what are you thinking there, Lori?
Well, I have this page I did, and I have like where I had used the mica spray, and it has that teal color in it. You can kind of tell. And I'm really liking it. I'm trying to figure out where I can incorporate that in.
Cool.
And I wonder maybe it could be
The background for the
yeah, that's what I'm
sentiment.
thinking. Maybe. I'm just gonna leave it there and see what happens, see what comes to me.
So for whatever reason, all of your sentiments are looking backwards to me.
Oh, are they? You know what? I'm having I had to reinstall my camera software this morning.
Oh, okay.
Is that better? Is
That's
this correct?
better. Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
I
Now
got it.
I was translating the sentiments upside
It's,
down and backwards.
it's on my screen, it looks wrong, but
Right.
whatever. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just kind of going with it. Okay, this one's too chunky and not enough information.
All right.
This
I'm just going to start putting some things down and see what
small.
happens.
I don't know about this.
Great.
I love this. So I'm not sure about that. And I really need. I love this piece up here. But now I need some of this piece down. So as I'm muttering to myself, does anybody else mutter to themselves constantly?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's
Husband
not
used to always
enough.
ask me who I was talking to.
Huh?
My husband used to ask me who I was talking to.
Yes,
The cat.
mine does all the time too. It's like,
Husband's cat.
well, and today I found myself, I'm getting out of my car and I'm trying to get things to take a walk, and I'm trying to get things organized. And I'm yelling at my phone and I'm yelling at my watch, and I'm like, what is all of this happening? Why? And it just amazes me how, okay, I do want more color in here though. And I love that. And I love that. But I think I want to have some muted color in here. So if I take that, one of the problems I have is I know this color is going to show through this. I don't know what kind of paper this is, but I'm fairly confident that I can feel that it's one of my more transparent, either tea bag paper or medical exam paper or something. So I know the colors are going to show through, but I don't know exactly how well they're going to show through.
Right.
And then I have two issues here is this piece is also a see-through piece too. So now I have to figure out, though I'm using this, I think I want to use this mostly as a background piece, but I also want to have pieces of it showing through. So this is going to be interesting. So when I put this together, I'm not quite sure what I'm getting here. Do I need, I like the dark here, and I like the dark here. And I find I get way too linear. You guys do a really good job of not being as linear.
No, I'm struggling with a little bit of linear myself here. Trying to rip my paper so it's not straight.
Well, and one of my problems with if I'm trying to represent like fields and things, and fields are kind of linear. They go along certain fault lines. So I'm like, oh, and whatever this paper is, must be a mulberry paper of some sort. It's ripping in weird ways.
I have gray here. I need some gray over there.
Well, that's interesting. Oh, I like that.
Balance as I'm going through too.
I like the weird ripping. Okay, so I'm going to also put a level of really like that. I'm gonna put linear, Where's my crow? Lost my crow again.
So I end up with 1,000 scraps of paper as I keep ripping and going, nah, maybe.
Yeah, same here. And I'm like,
Look at that, I think.
I think I'm going to have to cut this piece of paper here because I can't see it because of the it's so dark. I don't have the I haven't decided whether I'm doing the sides or not. So but I've got to get it part of it out of there so that I can see what's happening here. Because I don't know if it's doing what I want it to do. Now I see the end of it. You know,
I'm just
before I
trying
did.
to roughen up my edges here, so it's like ended up cutting.
Okay.
Get some.
Well, and we will see how it all, you know, like for me, I know it's not going to go down exactly like it is. You know, it just doesn't. It can't. It doesn't. It never does. I'm not a good making it exact person. Though I may.
Sometimes I can be too much that way, though. That's my.
Ah, yeah.
Too much what?
I can be too perfectionist sometimes.
Yeah. That's not hard.
No, it's not hard at all. Whoops. Okay. I'm just cutting that and making it go in there. Because I like that darkness over there. Maybe I want more. No, I could just put this in here too.
Transition here.
I'm still attached to that dang. there's pieces. Ah. Oh, I'm so funny. I am so funny how attached I can get.
Part of it, but not all of this.
No, no, that's kind of cool now. It's different. Too dark.
So it's really the thought process here that everyone's getting to see.
I know. Well, and one of the issues is that my thought process doesn't, other than muttering under my breath, too dark, my thought process doesn't translate that well when I'm not speaking.
Are you guys attaching yet?
No, that's
And I'm still in the design phase.
I'm still way in the design stage. It's not, I'm getting some pieces that are working, but right yet I am not. I am definitely in my design stage. Still not even sure if that is going to be that side piece because it's really dark.
Or you're just way ahead of us.
Huh? Yeah, Laura, you're way ahead of us.
That's okay. I won't finish today, but we'll finish on Wednesday.
Right.
Well,
Yes, we'll finish on Wednesday. Okay. Let me see that. And I still gonna need. Okay, so now
my usual way, I start to lose things right in front of me.
I
start to lose paper like right in front of me.
yes, well, I just lost my wavy cutter thing. There it is. Yay.
All of this to get that under there. Take all this off and see what that looks like underneath there.
Okay, so I pulled that the wrong direction. Okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. It's just part of the process. It'll end up being something else in there. We'll see how it all works.
Don't ever think.
Yeah, don't ever think. Tell me about it.
That's the problem. Overthinking.
Well, the good news about not doing it all in one day is that I tend to not overthink it because I'll let it sit here for another day or two.
Right.
Right.
And you come back to it, right?
Yeah, then I come back to it and then then I see things that I just didn't even see before.
Mhm.
And that's okay.
Some blue in here too.
So I'm trying to decide whether. So part of me is thinking crows and they like shiny things. So I'm trying to put some shiny things in here.
Yeah.
But then part of me is like, I'm putting shiny trees in here. So I'm not quite sure about, or shiny dark spots in here. I'm not quite sure about that. But I'll have to see. And do I really want that shiny? No, I don't.
Some of this in here, but I'm not sure.
And we're all muttering again.
Yep,
And we
sorry.
are I hate to say it, we are out of time.
Oh, no.
I know,
Glad
Laura,
somebody's
yours
watching the
is,
clock.
huh?
I said, I'm glad somebody's watching the clock.
Yeah, I
Oh,
am watching the clock.
So I hope you enjoyed kind of watching our thought process today as we use our papers that we've made over the last few weeks um, to create a collage that tells a story. If you're a member, join us Wednesday night. We'll continue this process and reveal our finished collages as we work together, and we can share the stories again. If you've enjoyed today's session, please feel free to visit exploremixedmedia.com. We have a membership program for only $7 a month. You also get a free 1-hour Zoom session with us and one pre-recorded project per month. So thanks so much, Teri and Laurie. It was fun today.
fun as usual.
Yep,
And
fun as usual, and more will be revealed.
Yeah, we'll see you Wednesday night.
See you
very
Wednesday night.
good. Thanks.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
thanks.